be at about your head height. I grab on underneath through the wrist, nab onto it, and then step away. I step away, I hinge forward, and then from there I twist. I allow my butt to tilt over to the right to get that last little bit of stretching through my lats. And then from there, it's all about activation. So as you're stretching in through the lat, you're contracting and relaxing. Contracting, relaxing. And really starting to understand that that triangular slab of meat, known as your lat, attaches all the way to the base of your ribs. That should be pretty empowering for you, especially if you're a female, because you think about using your lats for pull-ups, right? And your lats don't end here. Your lats go all the way down and through here. It's a huge, large muscle. So get to know it a little bit, and then go PR on your pull-ups for me. Have fun. Next, we're testing your ability to extend your spine in a prone position. So prone, I'm lying down on my belly. From there, I'm going to bring my hands back so I can't cheat, and then my chin is touching the floor. From there, I want to see if I can lift the heads of my arm bones, roll them back, and then lift. As I lift, the tops of my feet press down into the floor, my butt engages, my belly draws in, and I want to find how far I am away from my chin to the floor. Now you should be able to extend about 6 inches. So if you're here and you come up and you're like, ooh, actually that's pretty tight, I don't know about that, well then you fail the test. Womp womp. But don't worry, there's hope for you still. There's plenty of exercises you can do to find a little bit more length out of your spine and a little bit more strength. In addition to your hamstrings being tight, they're also probably very weak. Now you can do things like deadlifts and stuff like that, but it doesn't really put your hamstrings in isolation quite like this exercise. So you're gonna grab onto a medicine ball, you're gonna dig your heels into the medicine ball and then lift your hips. So you're on fire in through your butt first, and then as you bring your heels in, you're gonna lift your hips to the top of the glute bridge. You'll pause right in through here, snuggle your shoulder blades down, and then bring it on back. Heels drive in as the hips lift up, and then right back down and through there. If you feel like you're cramping in through your hamstrings, you're doing it correctly. Congratulations.
Cool.
A lot of people find that a downward facing dog is a pretty difficult movement because it's really shoulder intensive. So as we're sitting here with our hips up, our heels down, people find that their shoulders burn out pretty quickly. Ideally, down dog is supposed to exemplify symmetry, that there is even parts activation in through the shoulder girdle as it is in through the hips. However, I find that some people have a difficult time with that because their hamstrings aren't flexible enough. So you're going to grab onto a resistance band, loop it up in through the rig, and then bring it underneath, and then you're going to bring it like it's a seat belt right across your, right where your belt would go. From there, you're just going to allow yourself to go forward. And then I walk my hands out into a down dog. You'll immediately find that the resistance band is lifting in through your hips, so you find that stretch in through your hamstrings. And it's also evening out your down dog. So there's not as much pressure in through the wrists, not as much pressure in through the shoulders, but it's allowing me the space and the freedom to really feel like what a down dog should feel. I can shift in through here, I can press my heels down, I can come up to my tippy toes and then press them down. I can elongate my stance, shift the butt up into the air a little bit more, and then finally you'll bring your elbows down so it turns into a dolphin pose. As I bring myself here, I can stretch in through my shoulders, in through my triceps, in through my lats, and then still work on this position of hips up and back.